Today's video is going to be a quick how-to on installing traction rods on your S chassis. In my case, it's for the S13 chassis, but it should be the same for all your S chassis, S14, S15. As long as they don't have high gas, all the rear components should be pretty much the same to install. Even so, it's almost the same with other ones, just minor tweaks. You can check out other write-up for that one. This one is going to focus on non-high gas chassis. So ignore the fact that I have aftermarket ones right now. It's going to be the same process for your OEM ones or any other ones you already have installed. So you can use this write-up for anything. First thing you want to do is secure your car on jack stands after you lift it. Do not leave your car ever on your jack. It's not safe at all, so just don't do it. Always have jack stands. If you can, just leave a wheel under the car. I don't have right now, but I always tend to use that. And something I always tend to do is give my car a shake. As you can see, it doesn't move at all. Always check your car and check if it's safe. Don't get under the car unless it's safe. I don't know how much I can state that. How unsafe it is to not check. As for tools, things you want to have on hand are all the tools you're going to need: a torque wrench, a breaker bar in case yours are pretty much stuck, safety glasses, safety always first, and I use this is nail polish. You can use marking pens or anything, any paint you can use. This is to mark after you torque everything down. That way you make sure you torqued it, and also you make sure if it does come loose in the future, you're aware that it's loose. Also, I recommend using gloves for any old chassis or any chassis that also didn't get that dirty, or any fluids or chemicals or harmful chemicals on your hand. So to remove the OEM traction rod, what you're going to do is remove this bolt right here and this one over here. In my case, I think it's a 19 on both sides. Make sure of that. I do have aftermarket arms, so make sure you have the correct socket for yours before you start. Just remove those. Always, reminder, place the bolts back where they're supposed to be, just in case you need to reuse them. You know where they are. You don't get them confused with other ones. And that's it. That's how you remove the OEM one, or in this case, an aftermarket one. So in my case, I'm gonna be using SPL parts, adjustable traction rods, but they should be the same process for any brand you buy. What might change is the locking mechanism. Some of them use jam nuts or this type of mechanism. Whatever method, what you're gonna do is you're gonna align the holes to each other. So hopefully you have the OEM arm. If not, I will do my best to post the measurement as best I can get it from the OEM ones. And the reason you want to do this is so they have close to OEM spec and alignment. That way you can use that as a starting point, reference point, if you want to call it so, and then align to your preference from that point, either by doing it yourself or having a shop do it. Always get an alignment after working on your suspension. You don't want to destroy your tires. You want to have correct alignment specs. So yeah, that's why you want to align them. Something I always recommend when working on installing your adjustable arms is make sure you have equal engagement on both sides. A lot of people make this mistake. They do not have equal engagement on both sides. Either this side or this side is threaded all the way out and the other one not at all. That is not only unsafe, it won't give you the best performance or adjustability. If you go to a shop and they find they cannot adjust it because they're limited because of this, they might have to remove it and reinstall it. You're gonna get charged extra possibly, or they're not gonna be able to align it and you're gonna be the one that doesn't have, the correct alignment. So be sure, not only for safety but for performance, to get equal engagement on both sides. To install new ones, you're just gonna use the reverse order. Just gonna reinsert the new one. This case, SPL only provides one side, which is this side for the knuckle. So you're gonna reuse our OEM one on the subframe side. Something I like to do is be wary or conscious of which side you're gonna torque. I torque the bolt. I know there's discussion over that. I torque always the bolt. So I try to get the most clearance I can with the bolt, and the other side is a close-ended wrench, so it doesn't really matter. So in this case, the bolt is gonna go from this direction, and the nut on this side. Just hand torque it for the moment. SPL provides this for the knuckle side. It's a 10.9 hardware. Always verify your hardware. Check if it's safe, if it's not damaged, rusted, if the threads are safe. Let me see if we can, there we go. Always make sure your threads are safe for new ones. Same here. Try to get clearance for the bolt. For this one, I'm gonna have to remove my camber arm so I can torque the traction rod, but you're gonna see that later on. If you can, if your kit doesn't bring you OEM or upgraded hardware, try to get new one. Not gonna go into what grade you should use. I always try to use 10.9, but that's me. You can use whatever you consider safe. Just be sure to get something safe. If you find you don't have enough clearance, you can remove the arms. Side of view, but I'm removing the toe arm so I can have full adjustability to get it on. Sorry for the view. So now that I have full adjustability by removing all other arms, you can get this one on. It's all a matter of which one you put in first and then second. So after you have both bolts installed, you can start torquing them down. So SPL gives you specs, but I will be posting the SPL specs just in case these are the ones you're installing, and also OEM specs from the FSM of the S13 chassis.
This is how it's gonna look when you're done. As you can see, I've already marked the bolts after I torqued them. This is good practice so you know if they loosen due to any reason. And something else I wanted to remind in this video is to keep the bearings straight. Do not leave them crooked, it's going to create unnecessary stress and maybe unwanted performance, so always keep those straight. I hope this video helped you out. If you have any ideas, recommendations, or anything you would like me to create on this chassis, just let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.